Well, hello there and welcome indeed to a very impromptu emergency live stream. Oh my God. I wasn't going to do it. I've not been too well. Hey, Bridge. How you doing, sweetness? I hope you're well. So it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off because of he's been told he's having his knuckles wrapped. And do you reckon he's coming back? I don't know. I don't really care. I think it's going to be difficult. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Kimberlina, nice to see you. Hey, Edna, nice to see you. So I thought I need to get some people up here to have a chat with it, chat about it with. Why not? It's a Friday. We haven't been doing drama Fridays for a while because we're just so busy, guys. And also I wanted to build up new channels and whatnot. So anyway, now's your chance. If you want to come up, you want to have a chat, you're perfectly welcome to. I put the link in the doodah. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to play any videos because StreamYard does not like me. It hates me at the moment. And let me tell you, even when I'm doing my videos, it's not like recording the audios from the clips. So, yeah. So we'll just have to see. But I'm sure we've got a lot to say, haven't we, Bridge?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, girl.
Like, I was trying to share out the stream and stuff because you're on the new channel. So I was like, let me share it out.
Yeah, I was going to put it on the other channel, but I've got a completely different. I'm trying to build a different audience over there.
Yeah, you shouldn't go back. Like, if you're changing, don't go back.
That's right. And although I do put up posts, saying I'm doing something over here, I don't want to start uploading over there. They're all going to think I'm start raving bonkers. If they haven't already realised it. So, where are we going to start, girly? How have you been anyway, by the way?
I have been good. I'm going to send a message right now to let somebody know that you're going live right now.
Well, I mean, everyone's talking about it. I've just actually, this very second before coming on, I popped, don't ask me why, but I jumped into, what's the hillbilly's name? That one.
Oh, Belinda,
Oh, the chat she's coming out with. Honestly. Oh my God. And she's trying to blame this person and trying to blame that person. And it's like, girl, do you not understand what's happened here?
Yeah. Like,
hey, Alex.
Just my own theory is that he did get a warning. Well, not a warning, but YouTube basically told him that his stream was going to be disabled in 20 days. And so I think that he went ahead and just cut it off himself and then blamed the community.
Yeah.
For striking him.
Yeah, so it's kind of like an attention-seeking thing, isn't it? He wants people to think that he's the victim somewhere along the lines. So does that mean if he thinks that he's like the victim, how is he going to come back and address all these animal abuse claims that people
Well,
are making?
his excuse, like on Twitter, it was that you guys, like the community, struck him so that he couldn't speak back. That was his excuse. So he doesn't have a channel anymore, so he can't speak back now.
Oh my God. How does that
Hmm.
man's brain work? And does he
It does.
honestly believe that people aren't going to realize that that's just such a stupid thing to say? That is just no response, is it?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean, that he's been shown to be the common theme is he makes himself a victim 100%, Alex.
Yep. Like
Um,
he's going after everybody, but then in the end, he's the victim.
I
What?
know. I know. Um, what's that, Edna? Wasn't he paneling with the heathens?
I think he
Don't know.
was.
Who are the heathens?
Oh, your buddy.
My buddy? Who's
Your
that? Go on,
buddy.
who's come up?
Erie. Erie Pepperoni
Oh
and
my God,
Curl
no.
Curl Connections. And then there's this other lady who is actually her channel. I think her name is Sunny or something like that.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
Well, I pay no mind. I
Yeah.
really pay no mind. I know what's happened to
Hmm.
me, and that's all that matters. I don't give a
Hmm.
toss what people say. So yeah, that's up to them. But
Hmm.
anyway, so what was I going to say? I was going to say
Oh
about,
yeah.
how is he going to come back? Because we all know he is going to be coming back, don't we?
Yeah, like yeah, people are like doubting that he'll come back, but I think he'll try to come back.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what will poor Pets do? I mean, God,
Well,
who's
you
she
know,
going to go and cancel?
Pets was kind of getting upset too about the whole Keemstar thing and the $1,000.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, she was. I guess she had some comment talking about the $1,000. Like, how can you take money from him?
Oh, right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked too deeply into that because, to be honest, I can't watch Yo Mama anymore. I just can't. He makes me watch, and but I am a bit aware of what's happened there. So basically, he's been really hypocritical then, and been
Hmm.
slagging these people off and saying they're the
Yep.
lowest of the low. But then he
Hmm.
wants to join them. I mean, what's that about,
Yes.
Rich?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. So basically, like all of a sudden, his tune towards them changed because at first he was calling Keem his golden cow, golden lol cow, or something like that, and then talking about everybody that he had on his panel. And then all of a sudden, it changed to okay, we're going to do a podcast. I'm trying to get this podcast together. Now I won this $1,000.
I think I mean, for me, it just proved that it's all about the money for him.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
no integrity there
Yep.
at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he'll go anywhere as long as he thinks that he'll get money.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all right, I mean, if you're like that, be like that, but bloody admit it, don't
Right.
come across or try and come across as somebody completely different.
Right.
And I think that's his problem. And I think it's a lot of people's problems as regards to their channel. I mean, I think if you show you're that type of person or you show people who you really are, they'll
Mm.
see if you're being genuine or not.
Yeah, right, right, right. Because like the first thing that I said he should have done with the money is to donate it. Donate it to like a women and children shelter or something like that, or DV survivors or something.
What, with his misogynistic ass? I
Right,
don't think so.
right, right.
Someone said, I heard it somewhere today. Someone said that he actually said that God gave him girls to serve him right, sort of thing, as a lesson.
Well, the thing was it's you recall about that? It's God's plan. It was God's plan. You got to watch Garlic's video,
I
like
did watch his video. Was it
the
Gorlic?
first one that he did.
Yes, I've watched both of them.
Yeah, he explained. I think you should review it here.
Oh, I know.
But
Gorlic, get your ass in here, matey. Come and talk
But
to a
yeah,
Londoner.
it was because the incident, the tragedy that happened in Florida
Oh,
with
that was awful. That's
yeah,
awful what he did
and
there.
yeah, and so basically, from there, he said that God had given him a message that, nobody should ever be dogpiled and bullied again. So that is why he's here. It was God's plan for him to be here, to save
Wow.
Amberlynn and Foodie Beauty.
Oh my God. I mean,
Hmm.
as a sort of a religious person as well, I take great offense to that as
And
well.
that's why Garlic was pissed. That's why he
Yeah.
made the video in the first place.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
then to try and I thought it was really interesting the way Gorlic was saying, this martyrdom that he
Hmm.
tries to sort of play or be seen as some kind of martyr is awful, especially when
Right.
it's somebody like him. Show us one grain of niceness, of um, being a kind person
Mm.
before you start pretending you're some kind of martyr.
Right. Right.
It's like,
Mm-mm.
right now, Edna says it was, yeah, he said it was his punishment for being a man. It's mad. Um, hey, Alex and Christina, and I saw Scotty in here somewhere. Was it? Oh, hang on. Was it God's plan for him to abuse the cat?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
awful, awful. I did a video and I couldn't help it. I got upset about my son losing his cat the other day. I think it was
Mm.
last week or the week before. And I try and sort of hold on to my my emotions when I'm uh
Uh-huh.
on YouTube because people take the piss and but
Like,
anyway, I just can't.
yeah, I watched that video, and because then also when the cat thing came out, that was like months ago that Inferno had done that video about the cat, and I had actually recorded a video to upload, and I was talking about like the animals that I've had throughout my lifetime that have either gotten killed or died of old age or whatever,
Yeah.
but I never uploaded it. I was like, you know what, forget it. You know.
Yeah. Why? For the same reason, because you don't wanna sort of
Yeah.
it's 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 bad really that we feel that
Mhm.
we can't show our true emotion,
Mhm.
but the pain I felt for my son at that time and seeing that this cat was gone, it still affects me,
Mhm.
because it's just a horrible situation to be in. And, I don't wanna tell that story for other people to mock it. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Mhm.
Or to mock my love for my family pets, and that's one thing, that's why I said in the video, I wonder whether, your mama has ever had any
I
pets
don't
in his
I don't think
family.
so. I don't think
No,
so. Yeah.
no,
I was like,
I don't think so.
Alex said that Peanut said it was a joke. The cat stuff was a joke. Like,
That's
no.
rubbish.
Well,
We
like
know that's true.
even if it was a joke, even if it was a joke and he did not kick a cat, like you don't joke about stuff like that.
I remember back in the day, when, comedians used to be able to say anything.
Mhm.
Sometimes they did say, shitty things like that, but then you did know it was a joke. You knew
Mhm.
it was a joke. Um, but what Yo Mama does, and even when you see those videos of when he was younger, they're
Mhm.
not jokes.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Edna says, she was distraught when she lost her cat. Of
Mhm.
course. And
Mhm.
I was. And then we had this awful situation, and I did write a little bit about it on Twitter, where um, we had to find a vet
Mhm.
to take the cat. And we couldn't find a vet that would take the cat for under 200 quid, you
Mhm.
know? And even then, um, my son's girlfriend, well, they both did. They both adored Smokey, but
Mhm.
they wanted to keep her. They wanted to have her ashes. So, of course, they're gonna charge you a lot more
Yep.
to
Yep.
pay for their ashes,
Mhm.
and then have it in a little casket and everything. We spent the next day hunting down a vet who would do it for a reasonable price.
Right.
you know, and it was just awful. And I remember ringing like around the family and saying, we can't leave them in that apartment with their dead fur baby. We can't do that. We're gonna have to, like, you know. Oh, there's my bloody daughter phoning now. Go away. Hang on a minute. Oh, hang on. Babes, don't talk. I'm live.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Love you, bye.
Love you too. Bye. I had to do that because otherwise she'd be like, oh God, what's mum done? We're so dependent on each other, my family. If we don't answer straight away, our immediate sort of response is, oh my God, what's happened? Yeah, so anyway, it was just a nightmare the next day trying to find somewhere. And we did find somewhere, and I thanked them on Twitter. And because he doesn't drive at the moment, it was me that had to pick them up with their beloved cat and take them to the vet, and had to cuddle his girlfriend really tight because she suffers with anxiety, and I thought she was going to faint as she passed the cat over to the vet, and it was a whole thing, a really emotional thing.
Yeah.
But they picked Smokey up, and what I love is that they're calling her Smokey. It's not just a pile of ashes; it's Smokey. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so they've got her back. But yeah, so I think that's why I've just found it so appalling.
Yeah.
Hearing the things that he said. And I know that you adore your dogs, don't you? You
Yeah, of
love your
course.
pets.
Yep. And I've had pets throughout my life, like from childhood. So yeah, they are a
Yeah,
part of the family.
they are. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, as I said, each of my kids has got pets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, I did say my eldest boy had pets. That was a bit of a lie, because he hasn't got pets because he travels all over the place. He's a bloody musician. But the lead singer in his band, she's got these two cats. There's I don't know what they're Russian blue, are they? Something
Uh-huh.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he quite often house sits for them. So he sees them as his cats. Yeah, I mean, when he's round there, I get all these pictures of these cats,
Uh-huh.
and telling me what they've been doing all day and blah de blah. So yeah, I can't understand people wanting to even joke about a cat passing or a dog passing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to say it like, I don't know if I can show Gorlic's video. I don't know whether it's going to play or not. I don't know if we really need to. I'd rather people went over there and watched it themselves because I've done the video on it. But
Because he said you can watch it too. So
yeah, I'll see if it'll play. It might not, but we'll see.
Are you still with that same computer? I thought you haven't gotten a new computer yet.
It's a Mac, darling. They're meant to last. I tell you what, though, it's making all these noises, Bridge. When I was uploading the video last night, it was making this droning noise, which I think is the engine. Um, and I'm like, this bugger is gonna die on me soon. I know it. I've just done too much on it, you know. So yeah. So what else was I gonna say? Oh, about the dog. Oh, I mean, you as a dog owner, how did you feel about hearing that?
I mean, like I said, like the pets are like even as a child, we had this bird. I couldn't stand the bird. I really didn't like it. It was my mom's bird, but the bird died. And I remember me and my dad took it out to the backyard, buried it. He put a little cross on the little grave and stuff like that.
Oh,
We had a moment of silence. I mean, it's a
yeah,
living thing that has lived with you. So,
exactly.
yeah.
And I just can't understand people not understanding that.
Yeah.
I don't I don't know if it's an engine. I don't know what they're called. I don't know much about
The motor, maybe? Is it a
a
motor? I don't know.
motor. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, a big motor. Shut up, Christina. Anyway, let's see if I can get this up. It might not work. So Right. Good luck. Here we go. I'm just trying to set. I don't know what I've done here, but I haven't set this up very well. Let's do. Oh, there we go. That looks all right, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So this one, streamer's wife finds out about his content. Oh my God. What do you think about that bridge?
I think it's pretty hilarious because Yaba gave the warning in the very beginning, and she was just like, if you keep on talking about certain things, I am
Yeah.
going to call your wife. And
Mm-hmm.
he kept on talking, and she did it. So I
Yeah.
don't know if he thought it was an empty threat, because like we know that Yaba and Sam, or maybe Sam, has called family members before.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it wasn't an empty threat. So I don't know what his problem is.
Why he's so surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Well,
know.
actually,
I
you know what?
mean,
I don't think that your mama ever spoke on that, because
he
Yaba was
didn't.
talking. He didn't speak about his wife being called, because Yaba, I was listening to the Yaba's first part of her stream today, and she was just like, yeah, I called on Monday, and she said you could tell the next time that he came on stream that he was kind of off, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so do you think it was because of that, or do you think it was because of the strikes? Oh, I don't
I
know.
think it was everything. I think it was I think that he got reported, or stricken or whatever. I think that his lies were being called out, and I think it was the call from his mom. I mean, call to his wife, call to his
Mhm.
wife. I think it was everything that just came together. And like I said, I think that his channel was going to be deleted in 20 days, so he was just like, let me just cut it all off now, and I'm just done. I think he kind of panicked.
So you don't think it was because the wife sort of told him to, pulled the
Oh
router
no,
sort of thing?
no, well, because before he deleted his channel, he was deleting videos. Like the day before, he was deleting all the videos. I was like, oh, things are gone. The one he did about me with the thumbnail that had the graduation cap on it, that was gone. So all the stuff about Gorlic was gone. All the stuff about Yaba was gone. So he was deleting videos beforehand. Then I don't know. This is just my speculation. He probably thought, oh, people are still going to look back at my old videos and call me out for other stuff, so I'm just going to delete the whole channel. I think he panicked. That's my theory.
Mm. I mean, I haven't paid much attention to him recently, I have to say. And the only time I do normally is if I'm going to be doing some sort of reaction to him. But I have to say, over the past few months, I couldn't believe the things that he was saying about Yaba
Mm-hmm.
and the things he was saying about the child and everything. Nobody should be talking about that,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? So
Yep.
if they were striking his channel, good,
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
bloody good. I mean, where does it stop? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
How did
Right.
it just goes on and on and on. And it's like, no, it's just disgusting. And the way
Mm-hmm.
he used to laugh about the fact that the children had named their new dog.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Just stop it. Stop being
Yeah.
so vile.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because like none of us really know everything that happened.
no,
So like, yeah, and it's such a sensitive subject that I wouldn't even want to touch it. I wouldn't even want to say anything about it.
no. I don't think that I'd have any right to
Yeah.
either, you know,
Yeah.
as a genuine, caring human being.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to be talking about somebody's tragedy like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, and all the intimations they make on there, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
sort of, oh, well, she must have known, you know. And it's like, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, just stop it. It's vile. And if
Mm-hmm.
they do it, why do they think they can get away with doing it on YouTube? Could
Right.
they get away with doing it if they went like to a local radio station or a
Right.
local TV station? No, they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would be charged with slander and
Yeah.
defamation.
Yeah.
So why do people think that they can do that on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube? It's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I always say, if I ever make a claim about somebody, I will put the evidence up there, and that's
Right.
what I've always done.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't stop people saying, "Oh, Jan's done this, Jan did it."
Yeah.
You just carry on and say that. I know what I've done, and I know what I've said, and I
Right.
will back it, and I will prove what I said. I will give
Mm,
receipts, and most people will do that. But to
mm-hmm.
come on and just attack
Yeah.
and attack over and over a family who's had a bereavement
Right.
the way that he did, no, I can't. I just can't
Mm-hmm.
deal with it.
Mm,
Yeah, it is. It's just awful, Alex. I just can't cope with it, you know. Um,
mm,
I don't I don't understand why that lot think it's okay. I know. I think, Christina, I think it's because the communities they have built around themselves are very like-minded.
mm-hmm.
I think it must be that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it's acceptable. I know, even to this day, if I did anything dodgy, Bridget would come in my I know she would. She'd come in my bloody DMs and just say, "Jan, I'm not up with that. What the F are you doing there? What's happening?" Because I believe that, Bridge sort of likes me. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
A little
you
bit.
don't you don't well, okay, sometimes. Sometimes she does. Sometimes I'm in her favour. Anyway, but, what I'm trying to say is if you've got people around you that genuinely want you to be a good person, then they will tell you, if you've
Mhm.
sort of maybe overstepped the mark,
Yeah.
you
But like you
know?
said, they're like like-minded, and they all are like, I think they kind of just like feed off of each other. That
Yeah.
little group that they have over there.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
know. I was so shocked actually. I didn't openly speak about it, because I don't know, I've never been in that community really. I've never
Mhm.
been in Yabba and Sam's community.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I've stated before, I've sort of had my doubts maybe about Yabba, but mother to mother, it's a bit like a womanhood thing. If
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
see somebody being abused
Right. Right.
like that, I can't help it. I'm very maternal, and
Mhm.
to see Yabba being attacked for that,
Right.
I just no, I couldn't cope with it. I just
Mhm.
couldn't. So Alex says because they keep getting away with nasty shit, they
Mhm.
keep bringing it up, but chastise Yabba for clapping back and
Yeah.
say she is exploiting the kid. It's awful. I know.
And then what I couldn't understand was, like, I'm looking at other people's videos that are in that other group, and they're
Mhm.
saying we didn't bring up the kid, we didn't talk about, like, then who
Yeah,
is talking about it? Why is she upset if nobody's talking about it? Like,
I know.
what how did this come to light? Obviously somebody had to talk about it for everybody to know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
Mm-mm.
AK, nice to see you, darling. Hope you're well. Yeah, and that's where I think we have to go back to who they surround themselves with. As
Mhm.
I said, I just dipped into the Hillbillies live, and quite honestly,
Mhm.
she just makes my skin crawl. And it's just the things that she says and the vitriolic way she says them,
Uh-huh.
and the anger and the hatred that culminates, I think that's the word, through the screen is
Mhm.
just awful, man. It's
Yeah.
awful.
Because I think I
And
tweeted out that she had left a comment on Garlic Bread's video, and she was so mad. She was like, "Oh, you're not going to say anything about Yaba going real life and calling his wife
ugh,
and blah blah blah." I'm just like, well, Gigi's sitting up there reading court
uh,
transcripts of cases that don't have nothing to do with Girl World. He
mhm,
called he called AK's dad.
mhm.
So I mean, you don't have a problem with that. So, like, why are you talking?
Yeah, it's insanity. It really is, and I
Hmm.
think it's time. I hope there's gonna be a change. I really do. I hope there's gonna be a
Hmm.
wind of change. where people are actually going to be held accountable for their words and their actions. And as I say, I'm always accountable for what I say. I will show receipts. But I think there are some people that think they can sit behind a screen and say absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Ridge, have you been watching any of Negs's stuff lately?
I have not.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
He has been, I mean, he's just ripped off the racist band-aid and showing the wounds for all to see. It's
Really?
like, I'm a racist, get over it. And if you call me a racist, then that's because you're racist. Honestly, Bridge, you couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I think I'm going to skip over that.
Yeah, don't bother, love. Don't bother. So let's see if this is going to work. Tell me if you can hear.
No.
Can you hear it?
No.
It's bloody. I think. Look, I've got everything on. I think it must be StreamYard. I wonder if I can download. Has anyone had trouble with StreamYard? Sort of what's the word when you take it down and then re-upload it? Has anyone done that and found that it worked?
Sometimes StreamYard messes up where it doesn't show the sound. So if you like click out of it and click back in, stop sharing it and then reshare it, sometimes it works.
Let me try that. But I'm telling you, Bridge.
Oh wait, is the mute on? The mute's on.
Yeah, no, I've got it off while I've got the adverts on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, let's try again then. Okay.
Oh no. No.
No, I knew this was going to happen. Right, so let me come out of there, right, and go back in again. Right, all right. So I've even done it so that I'm recording, you know, the separate
yeah, I saw that.
All right, hang on, let's go.
Commentary for you.
Yeah,
you can hear it.
More about Jovan.
Yeah, it worked, Bridge. Oh my God. Oh, you don't know how I'm having to do my videos. I'm having to record each bit separately and then
I saw that too.
Oh, Jesus, it's such a pain in the ass. All right, so which bit do we want to go over? This bit here I thought was really interesting about him saying he was a comedian 10 years ago. No, he wasn't. He definitely wasn't. Just stop that right now. Right, okay, I'm going to try it again. Is it playing?
Removing his channel because Yaba comes online. So she's became kind of.
Is it loud enough?
Aware of what Jovan was talking about, making content out of her family's issues.
Maybe a little bit louder.
It was odd hearing someone else talk this way, right? Because if you go back, you watch my edits.
Right, hang on. I'm going to go into set it. If I lose it, this is down to you. All right. Right, audio. I'm going to turn that up a fraction then. It's so bloody annoying, this, honestly. I honestly think StreamYard has fallen out of love with me, Bridge, and that's sad. When somebody loves you so much, and then they, Anyway, here we go. Let's try this again.
He said this stuff is hard to watch. And I mean that. His content was so full of lies. It makes you frustrated just listening to it. Right? When he went back and he went through that Jacksonville situation and inserted himself in every single point, despite being thousands of miles away, it honestly made me angry. And that's why I said, if he thinks the solution is just going to scamper back to Madden, it's not going to work.
Do you know what? When Gorlic was explaining about that, if you think about it, Bridge, that's really effed up. I can't think of anything else to call it. You know, for him to plant him, there's a word for that, isn't there? When someone wants to be a part of something so badly, a bit like like it with 9/11, and you
Mhm.
had, I think there was there was a woman who pretended that she was involved in it, and it
Mhm.
turned out that she was never even there. Do you remember
Mhm.
that?
I vaguely remember. Uh-huh.
What's the name of somebody that wants to do that? Other
Ask
than
Dr. Grande. I don't know.
oh, yeah. Oh, me Dr. Grande. He liked one of my comments the other day,
Oh,
Bridge.
yeah. Mhm.
Can't remember what I said, but it's funny because I always call him Doc at the end of it. I'm the only one that calls him Doc. I'm like, "Well done." Oh, I know, when he did the English one, he did the English, case of the crossbow, killings,
Oh,
and
I
I
didn't see
just
that.
said, "I'm really impressed with all the research you've done,
Mhm.
basically. Keep it up, Doc." And,
Mhm.
I got a I got a heart for that. I was really happy. Stupid amount I was. Anyway, so there's gotta be a reason. Nobody in the chat can tell us what it is. Um, there's gotta be a word for somebody that is so desperate for attention that they will make everything about themselves, even if
Mhm.
they're not involved in it. And
Mhm.
I think one thing I will say about Gorlic bread is that I think he's really genuine. I think I like him. I haven't
Let
found
let me
anything
let me
about
let
him.
let me tell you, because I was actually watching the video, the Yo Mama video, when he started talking about that stuff, and we were on a voice call, and he was hearing it.
Mhm.
He was pissed.
Was
He was
he?
pissed at what Yo Mama was saying.
Yeah.
Pissed. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm not surprised because what your mama doesn't realize is by planting himself
Yeah.
into this terrible tragedy,
Mhm.
what does he want to happen? He wants his name to be blazoned across
Yes.
the newspapers as being
Yes.
somebody who could have saved the day.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm,
That's what I think.
Jesus, man.
Mhm.
It's sick. So, yeah, so I think what I was gonna say about Gorlick was that when he was talking about this, I fully related to him and understood exactly what he meant by it and how awful it must have been for all the other people involved, the
Yes.
parents and
Yes.
everything. It's just and also the people that witnessed it. Let's not forget
Yes. That
them.
the people that were there. Yes.
Yeah.
because everyone in the Madden community, when they hear that story, they are going to be just as mad as everyone in Girl World. So when Yaba says she doesn't watch him, 100% trust it. Now, she also admits she called his wife. And I know there's going to be mixed opinions on that. There always is when people.
That's another thing I like about him is he doesn't just clap on people because
Mhm.
everybody else does.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit like that. If
Mhm.
somebody's annoyed me for a reason, I'll give you a reason why I don't like that person.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
Mhm.
as I've said, I've always sort of not been sure about Yabba and Sam, but the thing that's drawn me more to them
Mhm.
is the things that people have done to them. And
Yeah.
I don't think they deserve that. And, and also they don't play the victim. Like you'd get some people that play the victims,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
They don't play the victims. They just get on with what they can, blah, 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 blah. Have they been racist in the past? I don't know. I didn't
Mhm.
pay any attention to them then, but I can only go from what I've seen.
Mhm.
And I think I, I actually quite like them now.
I
I
mean,
go in and go on.
I was going to say that, I think that a lot of people, you either want to see a person as all good or all bad. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is life. And in any instance, one person is not all good and one person is not all bad. So even though they may have done some janky stuff
Mhm.
they've done bad stuff. Um, but at the same time, you can see what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And like dude, like you're totally wrong for
Yeah.
talking about this incident that happened to them
Yeah.
or the
And al
children.
Yes. And
Mhm.
also to you, I've seen people using their tragedy,
Mhm.
their real life tragedy that involves their babies
Mhm.
as some sort of comparison with something else that's happened in girl world. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what? How can you
Mhm.
do that? It's like people can't separate,
Yeah.
real life to YouTube. That's
Mhm.
insane to me.
Mhm.
Oh, that's nice to know. I'm really happy about that. Yeah, yeah. I'm doing a happy dance. Anyway, so let's get back to Gorlic.
Will go real life. Right? And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I understand this mom code, right? This parent to parent conversation. But according to Yaba, the first time, Jovan's wife hung up the phone, then called back for more clarification. Based on that second call, Yaba started to send some clips, including what's on my channel.
And that's another thing. Bridge, you were around at the time. Didn't you hear? Oh, okay, I'll say from my point of view. I always understood from Yo Mama that his wife was some sort of, not really all there, just does her
Uh-huh.
own thing, Mexican, who can't speak a
Mhm.
word of English.
Uh-huh.
That was what I got from him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Like
obviously,
you
go
could
on.
never tell when he's telling the truth or not.
No,
Yeah.
I know. And I don't think it helped that she wandered into one of his live streams. Do you remember that? That was hilarious. And when you're watching something and you're like, I don't believe I've just seen that.
Yeah.
But I think, the fact that he tried to paint her that way,
Mhm.
but I'd be bloody annoyed if I was
Mhm.
if someone said that, my husband said that about me. What, you're making me out to be some sort of simpleton?
Yeah, and he's told other stories about his wife in the past that I won't bring up here, but they weren't very it wasn't it didn't paint a very flattering picture of her.
That's mean.
Mhm.
That's really mean. I don't
Mhm.
like that. So, yeah, the point I brought that up is because when, as Gorlick is saying here, that Yaba actually phoned her, and then the wife phoned her back to clarify some
Mhm.
things. That, okay, how did she manage in her Mexican then? That's interesting. Yeah.
And if you go back or you watched his what ultimately was final live stream, you knew something was wrong, right? He acted very somber. In fact, his chat kept
Mhm.
asking him, "What's wrong? You don't seem yourself."
Did you see that last live
Well,
stream?
now we know in that moment his wife had seen his antics.
No, I missed it. Tell me about
Yeah.
it.
It's toward at the end of the live stream, he signed off about 3 different times. Like he was like, "Okay, this was Yo Mama." He was like he did his log off thing but he still stayed and still was looking at the chat. And then he saw that people were cussing him out, and
Oh.
Hecate was there telling him drop a link so I can come up and stuff. And so he's not reading out loud a lot of the chat, but he's reading like just Belinda's comments, like, "Oh yeah, Belinda, this is crazy." And you could
Oh.
just tell you could tell he just didn't feel right. He didn't feel right. Like he was nervous, he was anxious.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? I mean, I pay no attention to the Canadian hooker, I don't. But what is her part in this? Is she defending him or
No, no. So
oh,
like maybe about a month ago, she had turned on him because of the Buddha stuff that he had said about Buddha in the past.
oh,
But then she made back up with him. But then when he accepted that $1,000 from Keemstar, she was just like, "How are you accepting money from people that you've called pedos and predos?" Like, no. And then also in one of his live streams, he had said, because Boogie, one of the guys on Local Live, he goes with some very young chick. He's almost 50. She's like 20 something.
oh,
And Your Mama had said that if his daughter ever grew up and dated a guy like Boogie, that he would just disown her. And so
oh my God.
so basically Hecate was just like, how can you disown your own daughter? Wouldn't you try to save your daughter? So it was
Oh,
that, what he said about his daughter, and then also the $1,000 from these pedos and predos. Like, what are you doing, man?
oh my God. He said he'd disown his daughter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, to be honest, if his daughter was, if the girl was dating somebody like that,
Mm-hmm.
she needs to have help. She needs to,
Yeah.
you've got to show her or find out why she is dating him.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
That's, oh my God. He's really exposing himself, really, isn't
Yep.
he?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tasha says he got off panel with Azria and went live, and that's why he was all frazzled. Oh,
Really?
right. So was he was frightened what she was gonna say?
So was that clip that you uploaded, Tasha? Was that before his live stream when he was on her panel? I thought it was after, but it was before.
I need to check out Tasha's channel.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha, if you can put it in the chat, or maybe one of the mods can put it in the chat. I need to check. Yeah, I wanted to come back on you about the dog thing. I can't tell when he's being real or joking, because even in serious topics he laughs so much. I think that just shows a nasty, nasty side to him. Yeah, 52-minute one was right before he went live.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with you about the dog thing being a joke. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't play the dog howling or yelping.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't play that on my channel. It's too upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I have heard it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Awful.
When I found that, because one of his last live streams, he was talking about the guy Jay Melflo, the guy that tied up his dog and stuff like that, and he was saying, oh, I called it out, and I was calling everything out, and I was like, well, let me see these call outs. So like he directed me to the Jay Mel video, so I was like, I'm going through them, and then I see this dog crying and yelping, and he's laughing. He's laughing.
No, I just can't. There's just no. I honestly can't see how anyone can condone that. I just can't. It's like,
and then Alex, he said it was a sound clip. Yeah, like when somebody questioned him on it, they were like, "Oh, this couldn't have been real. Was it a sound clip?" He was like, "Oh yeah, it was a sound clip." But then he was like, "But well, no, it wasn't a sound clip." He just lies so effortlessly.
Awful. What's that? He also made fun of him the last time he had him on his channel. Who's that, Tasha? J-Mel.
Melflo. Mm-hmm.
What happened to him? Is he still alive?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad your mama's being exposed, because there's a lot of dark around this man, and I think we noticed it a long time ago, didn't we, Bridge? But we just put it down to misogyny. But I think there's more than that. I think and Gorlic, bless his heart, showing everything that he'd got, or you got for him. Well done. I'm liking this partnership, Bridge.
Me too. Because like again, I'm listening to it. He's on a voice call, and we hear the dog thing, and he was like, "Clip that, clip it."
And I'm just loving it. I love the way he's not afraid to speak up and expose this person. And I think even if Yo Mama comes back, it's going to carry on, man. He's not going to get away with it. I think people are still going to talk about it.
Yeah, especially with the animal thing. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And the irony, it's like when Gorlic said, how much money did Yo Mama make doing like all the BBJ videos? We all knew he couldn't give a monkeys.
Right.
We all knew it.
Exactly.
So let's do a little bit more and then we'll
That's why he was out here removing videos long before he removed the channel, right? He was going through, he's systematically removing videos. And he was trying to create this story that, oh, I've got all these strikes. All of a sudden now my channel's going to go away. And, I've seen, just to address this, people come online and say, oh, why didn't you say something sooner? Oh, I'm this terrible person. Oh, I let him stay in the community. Is that where we are? Right? You're just going to also tell me that I defended Mike Vick based on his lies still? Go ahead. As far as this, concept that I'm no better than him, listen, there's more things out there. You want my personal opinion? That's why he was so quick to delete videos, because Jovan, if your wife ever heard that rhino pill story on your channel, how mortifying would that have been for her?
And also, not only that story that I have got a rough outline about, we don't have to go into detail about that, but I do have a rough outline about that. Not only that, but how would his wife react to the way he talks so openly and so misogynistically about women? How would she react to that? I mean, I'm telling you, if that was my husband, I'd be like, what?
Right.
You said what? It's like, you just can't, I don't know. And that comes from something that's like deep within, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what's so horrible about it. So I don't know whether I should play any more of this. Let's jump up a bit and see what else he says, because I want to give Gorlic credit where credit's due.
Because all of this content was always out there. But now those channels, they want to rather quickly disassociate from him. They want to tell you that, they didn't love his content. They didn't sit in his chat. Now they want to tell you that the truth is out, that I should have said something sooner.
And that's why it's such a good thing that Gorlic has spoken out, because how many times have we said, oh, if only somebody told us, if only we knew.
Right.
Well, now
but the thing also is, like, I know that you've been speaking out about him and his lies and how he twists stories. I have been doing it. Tasha's been doing it, but
they've already put us. Yeah, but the thing is, these people have always sort of penned us in to a spot where we're not to be believed.
Yeah,
and
then also
what they say.
Or oh yeah, Tasha wants him, or I want him. That's why we're always making up stories about, no, dude, this is for real. This is for, don't nobody want him. He don't have his front teeth. We know this. He has false front teeth. He's bald, got patches in his head. Don't nobody want him.
Yeah. And how long have we been calling him out though, Bridge? How bloody long? And and we just weren't heard. But I think what's really interesting as well is seeing the people that are speaking up in his defense. I know DC did a video today. I'm not even going to bother watching it. I didn't watch it. But guess whose side she's on?
Whose?
Just insane. So I think
I watched a video of hers yesterday, or live stream that she did yesterday, and she was talking mess about your mama. So, but she's kind of, I don't know. Whatever.
Really? Was she?
Yeah.
She was talking mess about your mama.
Yeah, because of the whole animal situation.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Even though she gave one of her dogs away. All right. But this one, look here. Bad news. Gorlic is the actual Michael Vick simp.
Oh, really? Okay.
I didn't even bother playing it. I've skimmed there. I can't even see. I don't even know what I did actually one little bit where I don't know if it's going to play. Which bit did I see? I saw one little bit. And I thought, nah, I'm not even going to bother. Okay, so what's this? Oh, right. So what she's trying to do is nitpick everything, right?
Uh-huh.
Prove that Gorlic is like, he's the one that you should be looking at. Don't look at your mama over there being an absolute pig, an animal abuser, goes around kicking neighbors' cats. Let's not look at that. Let's look at Gorlic. YouTuber Yo Mama had made a. So what's this? Why would you say that? Gorlic bread. YouTuber Yo Mama had made a video inaccurately stating 17 dogs had died in the dog fighting ring. The actual number was 4. So I mean, what? Here, Gorlic bread, in my opinion, seems to be making an effort to downplay the charges. That being said, 47 dogs had been rescued from unspeakable and heartbreaking conditions. So she's actually looking at, what actually happened with this guy. I've forgotten his name now.
Mike Vick?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why is she trying to tie in Gorlic bread with that?
So I know the whole situation started because on the Ryan Moody channel, he had a video, I guess that had Mike Vick in it. I mean, he played football. He played football, and then so Garlic had the video with Michael Vick in it, and then Yo Mama turned it into, oh, you're defending Michael Vick. How come you didn't say anything about Michael Vick?
Oh yeah. I remember that. Incident, actually.
Yeah. But it was just a football video and Michael Vick was in it. I mean,
and that didn't stick. If I remember rightly, that didn't stick, did it? When that first came out.
It's pretty, I think it did, because it's pretty much still sticking, because I've seen like comment after comment of people saying, well, he defended Mike Vick. No, he didn't defend Mike Vick. He basically just, I think he met the guy at one time, but it wasn't a defense.
Here's a clip of Yo Mama saying he wanted to throw Alex's shook through a window and that he hates people like that. I do believe that he is most definitely homophobic. And my guess is is based on the way he went for Sala's friend and made fun of the fact that they all danced together, and how disgusting it was, how absolutely disgusting it was for 2 men to dance together. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I remember that. And I do believe he's definitely homophobic. I can't play that clip, Alex.
Alex always has the clips.
I know, but I can't play it, girly. So it was Yo Mama that stood up for him. Yeah, I believe you. I believe he did. I think the thing with him is he gets so caught up in his own lies. He doesn't know what's right and what's wrong. I really don't want to hear her speak. So let's see what else she's actually showing. Honestly, I don't know whether it's because I'm getting older, but I've got hypersensitive to certain voices, and I just can't bear her voice. I can't. And the way, like, you can hear all the fluid, well, the non-fluids in her mouth, and it's like, oh no, just don't. So anyway, I don't know if you want to pass that on to Gorlic. Do you know what? I'd say to him, don't even bother watching it. But I thought it was quite interesting that she should come in and go for Gorlic. Of course she would. I mean,
she hates him for whatever reason.
Why? What has he done to her?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because we keep receipts over here. I know you do, Alex. Anyway, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Did you want to say anything else, Bridge?
I don't like to take joy in other people's downfall, but to be quite honest, I'm happy he's gone.
Yeah,
I'm happy he's gone. And I honestly hope he stays gone.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think he was a real stain on girl. And I think the stain was growing. Although I do feel that his channel had reached its peak. For want of a word. I think there were too many people that were beginning to see who he was, exactly who he was.
Mm-hmm.
That's no good for a channel. You know, people
Yeah.
have got to want to be in that, you know, in that environment and enjoy what's going on. And I think although he kept his core sort of nasty people in there, I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of new people coming
Yeah.
in just didn't
Because
like it.
like I had stopped watching Yo Mama for a long time, and I just recently, over the past few weeks, started watching him again. And I'm looking at people in the chat, and like I didn't recognize anybody in the chat. So I think he had a lot of turnover. I think like people leave and then new people come in, and that so like you said, I think that he reached his peak because the old people keep leaving after they see him for a while. They leave.
Yeah. So, and that could be something to do with all the bought memberships.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it looks as if there's a lot of people in there and someone's, you know, been bought a membership. So they think, oh, I better write something in this one.
Hmm.
But after the month's gone, they disappear. And
Yeah.
then you get a new influx of
Yep.
members. That
Hmm.
isn't a way to draw your to grow your channel.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, I mean, people might say, "Oh, what does Joe know about? But what does Jan know about building her channel?" Well, my other channel, I've got like 5K on there,
Hmm.
and I've kept consistently, you know, with 5. And if I do more, you know, crime-related videos over there, I do grow a bit. That's called organic growth.
Hmm.
I don't have somebody that comes in and buys me 50 new subs
Right.
or 50 new memberships, and I don't really want that because after the first month, they're all gonna go anyway. They're all gonna
Hmm.
think, "Oh, I didn't really want to be here anyway,"
Hmm. Right. Right.
you know? So, yeah. So let me just see the chat here. I don't know what Alex is talking about. She doesn't have a lollipop, but she has some Starburst. All right, you enjoy yourself this Friday evening, Alex. He only has the memberships because of 2 mods and no name buying. Yeah, exactly. Nobody joined on their own, and that's why his you know, his sub count, although his sub count appeared to be going up, his
Hmm.
views weren't. He wasn't
Right.
even getting 2K most of the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
I on my other channel, I've got what, nearly 5K. When I do like a crime video, I've got 5-6K views on that.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know? So, I mean, yeah, I don't think he's doing as well as he thinks he is.
One
Uh,
of the one of his last streams too, where he was talking about Yaba, um, you could see the total grift from him because
yeah.
he was just like, you know what, you guys, it's coming to the end of the stream, and if somebody donates like at least 2 more memberships, we will have made more money in memberships being gifted than Yaba made on her stream. So somebody please gift those two memberships.
Mm,
I'm just
I know,
like you're grifting.
I
That's a
know.
grift.
And that's all they do, and I'm
Mhm,
glad I haven't built my channels on grifting. That's
mhm.
not me as a person, you know, I'd rather give than take. But anyway. Uh, so yeah, we've sussed that out. Bridge, it was fabulous having you up here again.
Thank
I know
you.
I don't live as much as I used to, but it's because of
Like
my
nobody's streaming.
antiquated thing. What?
I was gonna say nobody's streaming as much as they used to, or
No.
they've moved on. A lot of the people that I've watched, I kind of moved on because it's the
Yeah.
same old stuff all the time.
It is, absolutely. But it's
Hmm.
great having you up here, girly, and,
Thank
we'll
you.
keep chatting. I still
All
we're
right.
still chatting over on Twitter. You've calmed
Yeah.
down over Twitter. What happened?
I
Have you
don't
had a
know.
calming have you got a calming influence, girly? Have
I
you
think
now?
maybe I don't know. Maybe I think I have transferred all the shit that I talked on Twitter, and I've transferred to talking to another person and
Mhm.
just venting to that person.
Yeah. Girly, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. I'm that kind of person. Keep smiling, and we'll chat again soon, okay? But thanks a lot for coming up.
All right.
Thanks also to those in the chat. Lovely to see you there, and also the lurkers and the people that are going to watch this on feedback. So you take care of yourselves out there, because trust me, it's a rotten old world. So until the next one, bye bye for now.